Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, I am very happy to be showing you the new Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Apocalypse. Kind of a gamble for Hasbro to be harkening back to Apocalypse as a Build-A-Figure. They've got some big shoes to fill. Is that the that's a weird saying. Anyway, we had an awesome Apocalypse Build-A-Figure way back in the day. It was like 40 feet tall, and it was well painted, well articulated, all around awesome, kind of loose knees and hips, but really cool figure. And now we have this one, which is much smaller, but is it any good? And I'm going to tell you right now, it is any good. And there's some really awesome things, some things that are kind of so-so, but I can't really think of anything too bad off the top of my head. So let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just over 8 inches tall, which makes him just about, let's say 20.5 centimeters. And I want to point out right now that it looks like this guy is built such that most of the parts are going to be reusable for another figure. I'm talking about probably the thighs, maybe the hips, the upper arms, the shoulders, the chest, the abdominal section. It all looks like it could make a great Hulk or some other bulky character, because we also even have some veins included. Not something I necessarily associate with Apocalypse, but they are there. It doesn't bother me on him, but it is something worth noting. We may be seeing some new Build-A-Figures with this kind of stature in the relatively near future. Now, this is not my favorite version of Apocalypse subjectively, but I do really like it, and I think a lot of people might even prefer this one over that more classic 90s look. And it's a really, really striking figure. It's made out of that pearly blue plastic that they like to use. It looks great. The gunmetal blue, if you want to call it that, is pretty well done as well. I said well twice. It sounded weird, but it got the point across. It's a cool looking figure. They did a nice look for the face. We have a nice like constipation look going on, and it's well executed. I like it. It's really, really nice. They do have a few painted details throughout, and those are pretty good. Not a ton, but a little bit, and I think that's fine. It's really solid looking. The paintwork down the torso, very nice. There's no sculpt in there to kind of edge that up, so it's straight up paint, and it's fairly clean, so I'm pleased with it. The tubers seem like they might be a bit long. Maybe this particular version they're supposed to be that long, though like I said, I'm more familiar with that lighter blue version of him without the shoulder pads, but that's okay. The shoulder pads are connected up on the top, which isn't great. That's why another reason I think this might be a figure they're going to reuse. They didn't want to put peg holes in the shoulders, but you can still get his arms up fairly high without things getting in the way. That'll happen. That kind of happens with some Build-A-Figures. I don't necessarily fault them for that. As long as the shoulders aren't loose, I don't mind if limbs fall off. I would rather they don't, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so as far as articulation goes, the head's on your standard Marvel Legends joint. So you do get play on top of the ball peg, which is going to be a little bit easier to use than the hinge itself, just because we have this big old collar piece in the way. But you can pose the head pretty well. He can hide his face. If you want to go Goomba, you can do that. And then you can just, rotate it around. Pretty much all you want to do within reason, given that big collar. Why did I say Goomba? Because Goombas didn't hide their heads. They just had tiny heads in that movie. I guess it kind of looks like he has a tiny head if I... Yeah, never mind. Let's just forget that. Just forget that. I might edit it. I probably won't. And so you have a hinge there for the shoulder pad, like I already said. Let's see if we can... Yeah, you can raise the arm without popping it off. And that's fine. That looks good. Rotating it forward will be a bit of an issue, but it's not too bad. The shoulder pads are bulky enough that it doesn't really get in the way. Swivel's fine. He's got a lot of weird veins on his arms. I don't know if I've ever noticed, like even a bodybuilder having giant, bulking veins on the inside of his upper arm. That's a little bit strange. That he's got like crazy veinage. Even like over here, it's branching out way more than you would even expect for a normal superhero. This guy's got roid veins, so that's why I think Hulk. It makes me think we're going to get a new Hulk. Single jointed elbow. Also, this is a separate piece, so you might see that pop off, and then we have a Hulk arm underneath that too. So pretty minimal range there, but it is painted, so that's nice. And then the wrists have a swivel and a hinge. And these hands look oddly similar to Colossus. Maybe they were used on Colossus, that one figure we got recently, or maybe they have another figure in the works. I can't say. I don't remember for sure. This is all speculation anyway, which I tend to avoid. But those veins are just so veiny. They're so veiny. Ab crunch leans all the way forward. Leans all the way back. It's not sculpted purely through, but it does work nicely, and it doesn't give him like a pot belly or anything, so that's cool. Waist twist is okay. Belt gets in the way a little bit, but it's soft and floaty, so that's fine. The hips go all the way forward, not so far back, all the way out to the side. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee. That's pretty good range. And then we get these floating bits to hide the ankle joint, which is a ball hinge. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, guys. That's a really nice ankle. Doesn't give us the best range going forward, unfortunately. Does go all the way back, but this is the thing right here. Perfect ankle rocker. Oh man, ball hinges are the way to go. That's the way to go. It's not perfectly executed here, but it's the way to go. So this is a really solid Build-A-Figure. Easily one of their better showings, and it's Apocalypse. I can't imagine people aren't just going goo-goo over this figure. Gaga? Goo-goo. Man, I need more sleep. All my sayings are like half-assed and not quite right, which is what most of Marvel Legends are. Oh, that's... Nope. Shots fired. Not going to say it. They've been doing a pretty good job lately, honestly. Obviously, some of the figures have been misses, but most of them have been pretty solid hits, and I think this is one that people are going to be very happy to have. So I suggest you either get the whole batch, or at least buy this guy, because you're going to like it. There it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up almost every single day. Talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and in the meantime, keep collecting.